Hi, hope you had a nice weekend. I've taken another watercolour paper demo and just given it a coat of acrylic red, cadmium red. It's the cheap red from Wilkinson. Very good. Most of the colours seem fine. It's just the white's a bit thin, but for £1.50 I'm not complaining. So I'm going to do another landscape, see if I can get an abstract. I'm trying to get away from copying, as you know, and I've been copying all my life, mostly my own stuff or from my own paintings, but it's time, I think, for me to branch out. And for the past month I've been doing some watercolours, but mostly acrylics, using reference material, but abstracting it. But I'm not copying anything for this, mainly because I forgot to look up for something and it's too late now. So we've got, I'll show you my palette, but I won't show you the mixing. You'll have to rely on my commentary for that. Alizarin crimson, light cadmium red, ultramarine, burnt sienna, burnt umber, black, some viridian and some lemon yellow and orange and yellow ochre. You have to use them all. I use very little yellow ochre really. I'm using a lot of red and orange and yellow, but squeeze out some orange. That was artist quality, the Reeves acrylic. That's for the orange. The Wilco didn't do it, but it's a little bit thicker than the Wilco colour. Not the orange, but the normal range of paints that they supply. I'm using these varnish brushes made by or marketed by, they're Hog Varnish Pro Art, and they're very good. They won't last forever, but because they're meant for varnish, not the rough treatment that I'm giving them. But I think we could do another sea picture, couldn't we? So let's do that. We need some black for that because. Excuse me, where's my black? I've lost my, oh yeah. I'm going to make this up. All of my scenes are inspired by Cornwall. We've had many visits there. But it's a long drive for us now. So I'm going to put in a bit of a rock, bit of a headland. I'll put it in black. Just coming down here. Typical Cornish headland. Going off into the distance. And horizon, we can put a horizon up here if we like. And some rocks on the beach. Right, okay, and we'll put a big one in down here. And we'll have some crashing waves. Yeah, something like that. Okay, now what sort of sky? Well, I don't know. We could have a grey sky with some light in it. Let's go for grey. Let's go for greys. So whites and a bit of white and a bit of black, and cover that stuff up there. I'll add a bit of blue to the black and get some nice contrast of lights and darks. Perhaps a light horizon, we could put some light back in there. Oh, it's so exciting. Get some movement in all this, and we'll have a light horizon. a bit of orange in there, I think, just to see. Trying not to be literal with this. And it was pointed out a while ago as I explained my desire to go abstract, that I am rather reliant on my skies. Well, yes, I am. I love skies. It's the reason I started painting. To see those great atmospheric skies of Turner and Constable. And I thought, and the trees, I thought, well, how wonderful. So, and reflections, of course, we all like a bit of reflection. Get some light in the sky, a little bit of that red, orange, I mean. Right, okay, so we've got a nice light spot there. I'll go a bit grey on this horizon here. And that will contrast, give me some counter change against the dark horizon. Right, that'll do. So, want a dark horizon. Coming right across here. Nothing hard. You know what I'm like for soft edges. It took me a long time to learn about keeping everything soft, especially the horizon. You want the sky into the sea and the sea into the sky. The same with building lines. Although, of course, we all paint different things, and some wonderful photographic artists out there that would take issue with what I say, but I'm really only, sorry, I've got the phone in my coat here. But good impressionist practice would be to soften everything. So let's say this. You can do that when it dries off a little bit, as it's drying off now. You can just right. Let's put some waves in now, or a bit of beach. So we'll have a bit of burnt umber, plenty of white, and we'll bit of yellow ochre in there as well. Right, bit of yellow. There's a bit of sand showing through at the moment. Now, some meat on the bones of the rocks now. That's a bit of yellow, a bit of red, bit of blue, bit of black. Bit of blue, grey there. Right, so that's dark enough to show up the white frothy waves. Now, I'm not a sea expert, I'm not a sea painter, I just enjoy doing them. With a bit of light on there, so we'll just showing up against the bit of green. There's a good colour there, really. And a bit of grey. Right, that'll do for a sort of a starter, just a bit of grey in here. Just separate the tones. Just catching a bit of that light. Right, well I can go back on that when that dries. I'm not happy with it yet. Need more colour in it. Well, let's make with the sea now. So we'll have a bit of grey. We're going for grey, aren't we? We can mix a bit of viridian in with the greys. Let's just. Too blue, that really. Let's change some of that. Putting in some dark shadows. Okay. Frothy seed. I don't want a nice smooth. Those waves wouldn't be so big on the distance. It's coming up across here. A touch of orange in some of this. I've got to put those rocks back. Right, a little bit of orange, I think, in the mix now, because to catch that bit of light in there. Right, let's get some rocks back in there. So we'll have a sort of grey blue rocks. More warm in there, I think. Bit of yellow. I've warmed it up with a bit of burnt umber. There's black here. Okay, probably overdone the rocks now. Right, clean the brushes. Right, let's some darker greys in there. Coming, catching the light around here. Touch of yellow, touch of the the orange, just to carry that light on, but only a touch. Don't want it too overwhelming. Right, get some grey really under some of this. No, it's coming on. Be prepared to use a lot of paint. That's why I'm using the cheaper colours, because plastering it on, get a bit of impasto is really nice. So just a crushing wave on there. Drag some over the rocks here. No, it wasn't dry there. I'll go back over to the main rocks over on the right hand side. Let's get some nice colours, a bit of green. It's just catching the light, bit of orange I think. Just some warmer colours here. Bit of green on the top here, showing the seaweed just dragged over. Get into the high spots. Oh, that's quite pretty, isn't it? Just looks a bit like a drape. I'll just change that a little bit. I'll get some burnt umber over that. Bit of black. Shadow in there. Right, we want some water coming up into here now. got a bit of dark. Was dark in there. Right, now we want some darker shadow, I think. Right, I need to sort that out a bit there. Got to separate it from there, so we can put a bit of a wave coming round there. They look more like waves, shadows in the waves at the moment, so we'll change that, bit of white and that grey coming. To show a bit of water on these rocks, nice and wet. It's catching a little bit of light. But I've got to get the rocks different from the waves. And a bit more white across that ridge there, I think. Coming over there. Right, I can't do much more to that one, I don't think. They look a bit too similar, don't they? I'm going to drag over that one there. I'm going to dry it first. It needs to be just a little bit more grey to separate it from that one. It's too similar in tone. So take your headphones off. Right, now the brush, this is sort of a bit of a dry brush, this. Right, let's just reduce the tone a little bit. Just send it back a little bit. So it looks a bit better, and there's a bit of a mist down here. Right, we'll let that go. I'm going to put it in a mount and we'll have a look at it. Take the glove off. got a tabletop sale for 1 of 10 on Saturday, so I'm taking a lot of these with me to sell, or try to sell cheaply. Sort of got a double mount here. I wonder what that would look like. The pitch is bigger than that, really. I'm cheating myself. Let's put the light one on. Right, no looking. Let's see what that looks like on there. Okay, so that's another one. But it's the dust. So there we are. That's quite bright. Got a nice bit of light. A lot of the bits of the red ground showing through. That's fine. See what you think of that. So it's another Cornish scene, or it's inspired by Cornwall anyway. So let's just zoom out a minute, just so you can see. I'm trying to get this straight in the. Never be able to fathom that out. Right, okay, let's zoom in. So you can see the red showing through. That's always effective. There's my sky, very simple. A lot of movement, and now my cliffs, some headlands in the distance there, and nice, rather warm in that one. Probably got carried away there, but catching the light from that light cloud, that light in the sky. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.